The big 100, one of the first of many milestones to come. It took a long time, but we are finally in the triple digits. Within this video, I want to talk about what I have done up to this point, the steps I had taken, as well as the bucket list I had made on January 1st. And on top of that, what I plan for the future. But before all of that, let's talk about me and why I want to be a content creator. As a child,
I yearned for the mines.
I always watch creators like Markiplier, Sky Does Minecraft, and popular MMOs, to name a few. Yes, some of them aren't doing too good, but they are the pioneers of what inspired me to be a content creator today. It all began with just me mindlessly enjoying their content, watching their reactions, friendly banters with one another, and entertaining all of us behind the screen. It was like that for a while. I just treated it like a show or something to pass the time and have a few laughs here and there. And it all changed when I realized that I could be earning money from this.
Hello, I like money.
Suddenly, pursuing studies which I found utterly boring wasn't the only career path I could take. A job where I could just play games? Who would miss out on such an opportunity? I felt a fire that lit up in me. This is what I want to do in my life. However, I was still very young at the time and rather naive, admittedly enough. I didn't have the courage or knowledge to start a channel, and I didn't even want to get a job because of how boring it is, and I would die out of sheer boredom. Thankfully, I never started a channel whilst I was younger, or I would have a lot of old videos haunting me. Throughout many years, I have seen many content creators rise and fall, and as I watched and learned about drama and why these kinds of people fall, I learned that it is crucial to have a clean history. There are so many people out there who had a shady past behind the scenes during their peak of popularity, and some even before they became a content creator. It is thanks to many content creators that I used to watch that taught me how to avoid reputational traps in the future. That is why I hope my future self will keep everything clean and never face any false or valid accusations. To all the previous content creator who has fallen from grace, I would like to thank them. Thank you for falling so that I can soar. For me, content creating will never be a means for me to be more popular. I am doing all of this for the sake of money. Money, you hear me? Believe me, if there is a way to make a lot of money while playing games, while not receiving a lot of attention, trust me, I would. As long as I have enough money to get by while doing what I love, that's all that matters. Which is why I am so grateful that VTubing is a thing, as it allows me to hide my real face and maintain anonymity, and maintain anonymity. Though keeping private information on the internet is so hard that it becomes a matter of when people will find out my identity. As I go through my years and admittedly not doing very well in my studies, I tried really hard to study, staying back behind with teachers back then, but I found out that I could only ever focus and perform well if the subject is interesting to me. The difference in effort for work that I have achieved now compared to what I had done in all of my school years is night and day. I remember making my first mark on the internet was on Twitch, September 4th, 2022, where I streamed games with my friends. And after a few days later, I would create my YouTube channel and post my very first video. It's pretty bad. And then I posted a Roblox video, both of which were edited with the inbuilt Twitch clips, which I recall not being a huge fan of. I would stream and not make any notable progress, and it slowly died out. I decided that I should focus more on YouTube, and so I did. I downloaded DaVinci Resolve and started editing my posts for starters. And the rest are, well, let's just say they don't need to exist on the internet. I am here to react to Fusion trailer. I have nothing else to say. I just want to watch. Not long after, I would also get my very first PNG tuber model from an artist on Fiverr, and I have been using it for the next 2 years, mostly during my streams and my beginning videos and shorts that I made. In my primitive years, I took it upon myself to learn how to edit and learn the very basics. Editing would take me a long time as I was rather new. For each of my old short that I made, I would have been sitting there editing for 8 hours straight, and I will feel disheartened whenever the video or short doesn't perform well. Even now, I have videos underperforming. That's because people are watching you to be entertained and not how much effort you put into something. Even though my past editing has never bring me any kind of success, the skills I learned in that software has taught me how to communicate better with what I want with my editors. And on top of that, it helped me spot work that looked poor. There has been times where I had procrastinated for months and not upload anything, simply because I was too lazy to edit. And with that, I had to go get a job, something past me would have absolutely loathed. And with that money, I have finally decided to hire editors off of Fiverr. And the first work they did for me, which was a short, got me my first 200, no, 300, 400, a whopping 500 views on a short. This may sound very unimpressive at first, but at the time, my highest view was 165 on the short. And from there on, my numbers has gone up or remained stagnant, with the occasional poorer performance, but that's the algorithm for you. Try to avoid business on Fiverr for too long, if you get what I mean. Let's just say, a middleman shouldn't be benefiting from a long-term business deal. We managed to upload a few videos and shorts, and before I knew it, New Year's had arrived. I wanted my New Year's to be different this time. I always said I wanted to do something within the new year, but always managing to have it somehow just flop on top of my head. But this year, it will be different, alright? I made a video about a bucket list of what I want and hope to achieve within this year. I made goals like being consistent of one video or short a week, as well as more script writing videos, which I am doing a lot now. Past me would be really glad to see the work I put into these scripts. Back then, I kept procrastinating, and now I am pumping these out like there's no tomorrow. I made other small goals like getting a new microphone, which I eventually did. I got the Blue Yeti and regretted my decision, as it is still cutting out my high-pitched screams. Upgrading my PC RAM, which is still not yet done, a small community, singing video, and a sub goal of 200 subscribers by the end of the year. If you made it this far into the video, why not subscribe? It really helps me and my future goals by simply liking, subscribing, and watching my videos. Which brings me to my last goal of upgrading a new PNG tuber model. I did get a different artist this time around, and let's just say my upgraded character right now is way better than what it used to be before. Not just because of my brainstorming ideas of what accessories I wanted, but as well as the artist's execution of my ideas. Unfortunately, I didn't notice the left robotic arm had human fingers, which was an oversight on my part. It will probably be fixed once I get my VTuber model. I say probably because it's growing on me. Not long after receiving my new PNG tuber model, I caught wind of a certain group disbanding, and they left a spreadsheet of their editors and thumbnail artists down below. I wasn't intending to get a thumbnail artist within this year, but when presented with such an opportunity, I just couldn't say no. I reached out to one of the artists and he made some quality work. It feels really nice to see art of my character on a thumbnail. Unfortunately, not long after my first thumbnail artist had a reality check and had to go get a job, meaning that he can no longer work for me. I hired him barely for a month and he's just gone and dusted. He came as quickly as he had left. We talked for a while and then parted ways. I was really upset with losing that artist because what followed after that was a drought of thumbnail artists. Thumbnail artists that I would hire on not just Fiverr, but Twitter as well, would take months to even provide me a sketch, and some even just outright ghosted me. My luck with thumbnail artists hasn't been the greatest. I went back to my original artist and have him make a bunch of different expressions for my character, as I decided to be a PNG tuber for a few years before getting myself a VTuber model. These things are pricey, but they make script videos and other content so much more entertaining. Luckily, one of these thumbnail artists did bounce back and started to be more consistent with their work. And with that, we are all caught up with the present. I didn't mean to yap so much, but I felt really inspired recounting my memories and the journey I took to reach the point that I am currently at. It's a long and arduous journey that I hope the future me's can look back and reflect on where it all began. Here is to hoping for the future. My goal is to try and complete the bucket list I had promised to myself that I would do, and the remaining left are being consistent, upgraded PC RAM, singing video, 200 subs, and a small Discord community by the end of 2025. For consistency, I have been doing a good job at it, but just in case I ever got complacent, this is a goal that I have to maintain from now until the end of the year. PC RAM, it's not a must. I think my PC has 16GB RAM, which is not bad, but whilst recording or streaming, and especially when I get a VTuber model in the future, RAM is going to be very important. For singing video, I already have an auto-tuned sound of me singing Fireflies, but it sounds not the best, which is why I have been delaying this upload. Somewhere down the line, I plan to go for vocal training as well. I wanted to have a few recordings of me just singing without training, so that in the future, I can see how far I have come compared to my first singing video. As for the 200 subs, this is the part where I need you guys, the viewers, to play ball with me here. This is a team effort thing where I provide quality content and you guys help me expand expand even wider by liking, commenting, and watching the video. And naturally, the video will reach out to even more people. I don't think we can get 200 subs by the end of this year, but hey, that's where you guys will all prove me wrong, right? If we do hit 200 subs by the end of this year, who knows? I may reward you guys with something. Now, lastly, for a small community, I will be creating a new Discord server, and it will be underneath the comment of every single video and short I post from now on. This Discord server is going to be in its primitive state, where you can literally direct message me, but I will try to avoid responding too much as I do not want to increase parasocialism. But I do promise for those who join the Discord server, you will be able to see not only the content ideas and schedule I plan to release the final product, you guys will also get to see the behind the scenes of what's going on. You can also leave suggestions in the server. Suggestions such as what games you would like me to play, or suggestions for expressions and etc. Currently, I am playing Celeste, and I'm also thinking of playing Black Myth Wukong. Please keep in mind that the uploads between these are going to be very long, as I simply do not have the time nor money to upload these content as quickly as I can. So please be patient as the episodes slowly come out one by one. If you are a thumbnail artist and you are interested in working for me, you may reach out to me in Discord. I will have to see your qualifications and that the pricing is negotiable, so long as it isn't ridiculously high. Lastly, I want to talk about the roles. Admin/mods are roles that I am not going to give so soon. 1, it's a small server and I can easily manage a load. And 2, I don't trust people with such high powers in my server. I had a bad past experience with that kind of thing. The 2 roles that you can get are the first 100 people to join the Discord server and artists. I plan to one day make a video with my OGs. So join whilst you still can and be the first 100 to join the server. As for artists, you guys will have to prove that you can draw. I will give a random ridiculous prompt like a platypus with a chainsaw, and you will have to show the step-by-step process. The art has to actually look good, or else everyone else would be an artist. If you are rejected, don't worry, you can always get better and try again. If you are also an up-and-coming content creator, feel free to reach out to me. I can't promise that we will collab all that much, but it's good to build some connections. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. I really hope I can make this my full-time career one day, and I hope that you guys will be there to support me every step of the way. So let's up those numbers! Thank you for watching to the end of this video, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye!